Looking for a place to talk with a load of Ninjago community members? Look no further, as my Ninjago Discord server is the perfect place. If you're interested in Ninjago competitions, events, and a lot more, trust me, you're going to love it there. Link will be at the very top of the description. We hope to see you all there. Today we are going to be going through each and every Ninjago season and determining which ninja is the focus of that specific season. This may seem like an easy and straightforward thing to do, but for some seasons it can actually be highly debatable. So just keep in mind that these are all my own personal interpretations of these and they aren't necessarily factual. With this being said, let's get straight into the video. For the sake of this video, I will be including stuff like the pilots and Day of the Departed, so you know what, let's just begin there. For the pilot season, I'd say it is mainly a team season. We learn a good amount of stuff about each ninja, and we learn the very basic storyline for Ninjago. So for that reason, I'd classify it as more of a team season, although I guess Kai does stand out a bit more compared to the others, but in my opinion that doesn't exactly change much. My final answer is that the pilot season is in fact a team season. Season 1, Rise of the Snakes. Again, as with the pilots, I'm going to have to say that it's a team season. Each ninja got their fair share of screen time, they basically all had an episode centered around them, and no ninja got too much more development and focus compared to the other. In fact, this is possibly one of the most balanced out Ninjago seasons to date when it comes to focuses. My final answer is going to be that Season 1, Rise of the Snakes, is a team season. For Season 2, Legacy of the Green Ninja, I'd safely say that it is a Lloyd season, hence the title, especially the Dark Island arc of this season. It's all about the final battle, with Lloyd playing a crucial part in that. I think it is very safe to say that this one is basically objectively a Lloyd-focused season. There's nothing else to really say about that. Season 3, Rebooted. Another very clear one, this is a Zane season. It's all about the technological changes happening around Ninjago. Ninjroids are invading, the digital overlord is invading once more, you get the point. It just matches up perfectly with Zane. To top that off, Zane is the one to sacrifice himself at the end of the season to save Ninjago from one of its biggest threats yet. Season 4, the Tournament of Elements. This one is really controversial, and I know a lot of people do argue over this one. Me personally, I think it's more of a team season, and not really a Kai or Garmadon season. Reason being, I don't really think any ninja had too much more focus or development than the other. It all felt pretty even to me, and although Kai was heavily marketed a lot as the focus ninja of the season, I don't necessarily think that it is the case at all. For Season 5, Possession, this is quite an interesting one, and I know people have two main opinions on this. Some say it's a Lloyd-focused season, while others say it's a team season, or a near season in fact actually. A few years back, I probably would have labelled this as a Lloyd season to be fair, but now I'd safely say that this is indeed a team season. My reasoning for this is Lloyd was possessed for a lot of the season, he was technically on screen a lot too. However, we didn't actually see Lloyd get too much focus or development. His body was simply just being manipulated for Moro's evil plans. The guys that actually did get a lot more focus were, well, the main ninja. Lloyd was just more of a pawn in Moro's scheme, leading in him not actually getting too much development, but instead just being used for Moro. Season 6, Skybound. It's very clear who the focus is here. It's Jay, of course. He was the last one remaining and had the most on-screen presence. You could also argue that Nia was the focus, which is fair enough to be honest, I can see that logic. However, I've always just lent more towards it being a Jay season. He got way more development than Nia in my opinion as well, so that is going to be my final answer on that. Day of the Departed, it's definitely a Cole story. Short but sweet, it focused around Cole and how he turns back into a human. Nothing more to add there really. For Season 7, Hands of Time, I think it is a very even split between Kai and Nia. It was really focused around them and their backstory, specifically with their parents and their origins and everything in between. So yeah, a Kai and Nia focus is what I'm going with for this one. I don't really think there's any doubt about that at all. Season 8 continues the trend of having a very obvious focused ninja. It's Lloyd, let's be real. Basically every single aspect and new addition we got in the season was Lloyd focused to an extent. His father returned, his relationship with Harumi, the finale of the season itself, the Oni, it's all to do with Lloyd, therefore making this one a very clear Lloyd focused season. Season 9 seems obvious at first, but delving just a bit deeper into it gives us a few possibilities. Either it's another Lloyd season, or we class the first Realm story as the main one here and make it a team season. I'm going to say it is pretty split, so this one is really down to your own personal opinion, but at the same time I feel as though the storyline with Lloyd is slightly more important, making it a bit more of a Lloyd season. However, some of you may classify it as a team season, and I can totally understand why you may think that way. Season 10 is going to be another Lloyd season in my opinion. No, I don't think it's a Cole season at all. Sure, he had his pretty pointless fall arc, but Lloyd just overshadows all of that in my opinion. What I will say though is that it could arguably be labelled as more of a team season if you wanted to, although maybe that is kind of a stretch. But I think I'm going to stick with what I said and say it's a definite Lloyd season. So, actually, the entire Oni trilogy is a Lloyd season in reality, let's be honest. For Season 11, let's just split this one up into two parts. For the Fire chapter, I'm going to say it's a team season. I know it was completely labelled as a Kai story, but I don't really find that to be the case. As for the Ice chapter, I genuinely do think there's way more of a Lloyd story going on than it is a Zane season or something. He completely overshadowed Ice chapter's main theme, which was of course the Ice Emperor, something I completely dislike about it, but it is what it is I guess. Season 12, definitely a team season. Jay barely did anything, and when he did it all took place in the final few episodes, so ultimately I just don't think it deserves to be called the Jay season. If anything, it's more of an NPC / Okino season, because let's be honest, they completely outshone the ninja here. Season 13, Master of the Mountain. Do I even have to say anything else? Of course it's a Cole story. We learn about his mother, they go more in depth with his elemental powers. Basically everything in the season is related to Cole in some way. For the island, I'd say it's kind of a team season really. No ninja got too much screen time or development, it is pretty even, making this one a team season. For Season 14, easily a Nia season. I don't actually need to say anything here. We learn all about her water abilities, the season has a theme of the ocean, she sacrifices herself at the very end of the season. Yeah, I think you get the idea there. With that being said, we've now successfully gone over each and every single Ninjago season and spoken about who the focus is for each season. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video, and so if you're interested in seeing more videos just like this one, make sure you drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel with that post notification bell turned on. That would help out the channel a lot, and that way you will not be missing out on any future Ninjago content from me. With all of this finally being said though, I will see you all in my next one.